Hello. A collaborative learning instruction is where several groups of, or several different types of people work together in a group. This can happen with educators, administrators, students, or subject matter experts as they create curriculum. The advantage of this is because they are going together in a collaborative endeavor, they actually are more effective and relevant, which not only improves the curriculum and collaboration itself, but also there is quality based because of it, as well as engagement of students and success. I specifically chose business because that is where my expertise exists. And according to Cornell, research shows educational experiences that are active, social, contextual, engaging, and student-led to deeper learning, and that is what takes place in a collaborative environment. As the Bible references, iron sharpens iron, and that happens when there are different people involved, with diverse backgrounds and experiences, which allow deeper understanding of each other as well as learning. The program selection, again, is business, not only because it's my professional expertise, but it's also an area that our population is directly affected by, and a greater part of the population. Business exists everywhere, even within the educational system. It is also one of the most selected degrees pursued both in undergraduate and as well as graduate programs. The stakeholders that exist in this is board members, employees, and management. Those three were selected because they make up a majority of who is represented in the organization or in business as a whole or as a field. The board members have control of large organizations, and they are the ones that actually typically advise, and the majority of their decision-making influences the organization. The employees carry out day-to-day tasks within an organization that are given and overseen usually by management. Management is in charge of the operations of the organization, as well as carrying out the objectives of the board member. All these stakeholders are important, especially in trying to revise a program curriculum to incorporate industry skills to be most effective in the field of business. Again, stakeholders, board members, employees, and management. Strategies for effective communication. 2 strategies to ensure effective communication during meetings are active listening and feedback. Active listening is a communication skill that involves actively processing and seeking to understand the intent behind what someone else is communicating. Active listening is important because it keeps people engaged to the conversation. Feedback is essential to the communication process, as it is the missing link between the sender and receiver. Feedback is an important aspect because it determines whether the message has been understood of its intention. Both active listening and feedback are imperative in business meetings, as well as in creating of curriculum in the business field. The streamlining faculty communication, I chose scenario number 5, which is where faculty members express frustration over inconsistent communication and schedule changes, as well as the lack of preparation for the classroom adjustments and administrative decisions. The 2 aspects or bullets I've pointed out here are frustration over inconsistent communication regarding schedule changes and policy updates, and lack of clear and efficient communication strategy, leaving faculty unprepared. The key individuals that are included in that are student, instructors, and university administration. These 3 were selected because their roles are imperative for outlining goals for a collaboration plan. The student helps because they are the ones affected by the inconsistent faculty and disruption in schedule changes that directly impact them and their learning. Instructors or faculty members are directly affected by inconsistent communication from the university, and therefore do not have a sense of belonging or connection to being able to solve the problem as the adjunct professor would. The university administration can work toward and directly affect, as well as permissions that are needed for someone who represents the change within the organization. Communication tools include feedback, negotiation, and collaboration, and open communication. 3 conflict resolution tools, as just mentioned. These help teams communicate, share, and coordinate. Feedback ensures performance is strengthened, and negotiation is to find a solution to resolve conflict that both parties have existing. And open communication allows people to express themselves in a safe environment so everyone is heard. Meeting frequency, meeting at least monthly is important as a follow-up and feedback, and transparent communication should always be the goal. As where there's transparency and truth, each person can be trustworthy and trusted in that environment. This concludes my presentation. Thank you so much.